Good evening, Free Enterprise fans. This is Rexel. I am joined tonight with Firebird Lover FBL. Welcome to our community race. Now, how are you doing?
I'm doing well tonight. How are you doing?
I'm okay. We've got Beauty and Discovery walking the switches in the background. We got Xenocat doing our tracking for us, and this is quite a spicy seed first coming up. Looks pretty easy on the surface, but let's break down how this goes around for us, shall we?
Sure thing. Okay, this looks like one of the fastest seeds you'll ever get. All of your characters, you just grab them straight from the Tower of Wishes. All of these objectives are overworld, don't require any key items to get to. This is, this is basically the circuit that most runners do when they start a normal seed. Is they just do, ignoring the first two, they just do these 5 spots for the heck of it. The first 2 are easy spots as well. What makes this so exciting, though, is get all that done, you get a crystal, and you're still not in go mode. You still need Darkness Crystal. Darkness Crystal is underground. The Magma Key will be somewhere on the overworld, but even once you get it, you still have to find the Darkness Crystal. And then what happens when you find that? Well, now you have to figure out how to get experience. There are no encounters. Encounters cannot be turned on in this. Therefore, you are only getting experience from the bosses you fight and from trap chests. We do have a bunch of experience bonuses, though. Extra experience for finding objectives, extra experience for finding key items. So experience should be multiplied by, give or take, around 4 times when you're beginning to look for places to level up. The question is, where? Do you take trap chests in the Sylph? Painful, but and a little slow, but at least consistent. Do you make a rush to the moon and hope you're powerful enough to take on some of the trap chests or some of the bosses up there? Where's your risk? Where's your reward? Oh, and by the way, once again, bosses are chaotic. Hey, just because you ran into Ogopogo doesn't mean you won't run into again, and again, and again.
And again. Well, thanks for that breakdown there, FBL. This is a lot of new cool flags that are on the 5.0 alpha flag set. So, one of the other ones I wanted to point out here is this idea of vanilla agility. So, here at the Free Enterprise community, we're used to playing with some form of agility change, whether it's your regular whoever's in your spot in your party, or we're dealing with the Sea Hero flag. Vanilla agility really isn't rolled very often anymore in Free Enterprise. It's kind of like an anomaly now. So how can we see that be effective and possibly a kink in the side for our runners tonight?
The truth of the matter is, it basically just says Cecil is not as good as you think he is. Cecil gets awkward agility numbers. There's just no way around that. At the levels you want to be at to fight Z, his agility is basically nowhere you want it to be. You can try to push for some extra levels, but that's going to take time. You can try to keep him as a Dark Knight, but he still gets too much agility as a Dark Knight unless you, So basically, you can just leave him in the, Tower of Wishes and pick him up later.
That was what I was going to ask: is do you just leave him there? As difficult as it is to do that, just leave him there. Maybe pick up Edward with a spoon instead. That would be fascinating.
Going to depend on what characters to get. There's only 7, and there's no sure thing that you could get. Well, anything. No sure thing you get a healer. No sure thing you get a warp caster. No sure thing you get an Eddie or any meaningful fighter.
So speaking of not having warp cache, we were talking about this a little bit before we went live. With the fact that we do have to find that darkness crystal, that's going to make some of these uglier bosses even worse when you have stuff like running into a wyvern at a sealed cave, or even running into a Kanazo at Dwarf 1. I mean, some of these bosses get pretty ugly pretty quickly, couldn't they? Especially when you can't level up beforehand with no encounters on.
Yes and no. The good news is 4 times experience. Well, it doesn't say exactly 4, but extra experience will add up quickly. That said, it only adds a couple levels. But we have realized that some things are scary, so Y-Bez and Witch-Bez are on, so our Gold-Bez is a lot less scary. Chaos Burn is on, so our Wyverns are less scary. Maybe the biggest fear is a double Ogopogo at either the dwarf or in spots. Not a lot you can do there.
Well, let's see our runners here. Warlink and Jbrun going after it now. We have Rosa and, well, she's just by herself. We have a D-Mist. They're at Baron 1.
And a Legend Sword, which is completely useless.
Completely useless because we have Smith none on right now, which means Coco's not going to give you anything. So the reason why you see Rosa by herself, if you're very confused right now, is because the See No Earn flag is on and See Wishes, meaning all of the free characters you would normally get are all sitting there at the Tower of Wishes in Mysidia, waiting on you to go pick them up. And that's all you got. Nobody else is going to be in the game. Nobody at Kaipo, nobody at Dwarf Castle. That's it. What you see is what you get right here. So Warlink's going to check out what we have. Jbrun's going opposite direction.
Now, our
Jbrun's
runners
gonna go loot.
don't have to keep Rosa. Originally, this flag set, which was made by Jay Brunter, one of our runners. Wow, that's an impressive set of characters.
Yes, it is. We just go
but
full Reflect strat here.
Well, that's an interesting strat to go since they have very few Star Veils to work with. 3 to 5 total, and they'll never find any more in the seed.
Because S cabin, the nest free means this is your shop, guys. Cabins.
Yep.
That's it.
Yeah, but originally this was a permajoin flag set. We decided that for a community race that was a little bit...
Oof.
Yeah. An interesting idea, and I think if this wasn't, just a casual community race, we absolutely would have gone with it. But that means we can swap out. We can leave behind an anchor, for example, so... but I do like what Jay Brunter is doing here. He knows that this is vanilla Miabs, so he's just grabbing everything and going to use his equipment to help determine what characters he wants.
Yeah, absolutely. You already get a free peek into what you're going to have in your inventory without having to go back and say, man, I wish I'd have kept that person instead. Do you see, because of the no encounters flag on, do you see these runners coming back here to pick up these monster hunter boxes later?
Probably. Also, I think poor Jay Brunter is going to be very disappointed by those amazing Zeus gauntlets, because if I caught right, the only one who can wear one is Sid.
Yeah.
If the treasure looks really good, it is. This is T Wild with Min 4 Max 7.
So yeah, Sid can wear that ninja helmet too, so that's a thing. The pink tail, they're at the freebie spot, they're at Bedward. No adamant armors though, so we won't be getting the adamant armor from that pink tail.
Well, that's a relatively disappointing pigtail then, too.
Yes, it is.
I think the Cartwright, that was already arrows. That's pretty much half the solution to if we run into way too many Valvaluses.
Yep, and there's a couple Bahamut orbs, so Iridia is now pretty much a must. That's going to be your power early on with this group here.
Orlink has yet to bring up Fu's spell list, so we don't know if he somehow magically started with something amazing, but unlikely.
Alright, so we're going to pick up our characters finally. Let's see what Jay Brunter picks up. We got a couple twins. We've got a Iridia, and we've got a Rosa and a Fu. No, we got the Sid and Warlink script, didn't we?
Oh, there's Yang. So Yang could also wear that
Yep.
that Zeus gauntlet.
Yep.
Slight difference. Jay Brunter decided he wanted the Sid. Did
So
not
now
want an all-caster
go ahead.
party.
I was gonna say, at this point in time, vanilla agility flag really doesn't matter now because Cecil's not in the seat, correct?
Yep, it's just whoever's in the middle spot.
Okay.
So yes, Artemis bow's already in hand, and yes, so maybe that wasn't Artemis arrows we saw, but still.
Crystal ring, already bow, samey arrows. That's gonna be a solid start for Rosa.
And Jay Brunter putting basically the same equipment, but with a interesting. Didn't use the Zeus gauntlet. I'm surprised about that, but I was going to say, but still with more strength on Sid.
Mm-hmm. So we have Artie bow and Medusa arrows on Rosa. Is that 2 Artie bows then?
Yep.
So he's got Rosa and Sid firing off. And it looks like we're gonna have Fu firing off. I didn't see Fu's spell list yet.
Well, Warlink's putting Artemis bow on Fu, so probably nothing to speak about.
Yeah. That Dark Elf is not gonna be long for this world.
Yeah, lit 1. Nothing to write home about.
Nope. And our first boss is down. Alright, so now we understand that because the objective is complete, this 25% increase. Key item check. I'm sorry, not key item check, but a multiplier for the bonuses, correct?
Well, it's a multiplier. Experience is 1.25 times 1.25 right now.
Okay. So it just adds on top of it. Got it.
Though there were some key items in there too, so actually it's a little more, but
yeah, because they get 10%. They get 10% for each key item check. They did the Deadward Jack.
And I think those multiply by each other rather than additive, so that's even better.
Yeah, this is gonna add up real quick. So maybe that lack of.
Well, it doesn't. It doesn't, because of the speed at which levels require increasingly more experience. Even with that big a multiplier, you're only talking about maybe 1 to 2 levels extra.
Gotcha.
Total.
You got a power shirt and arty arrows so far in Antlion Cave. So there's your arty arrows to go with your arty bow. Your power shirt to go along with the tiara's in there.
That assassin knife is sadly not likely to do anything. Some agility manipulation, but you already have Artemis bow, so who cares?
So there's our power shirt going on Sid. Nobody getting arty arrows. Huh?
Still no Zeus gauntlet, which is surprising me.
Elements, they're at Antlion.
I think that was just a little bit too low.
Yeah. And they both
get
are going
the kill.
through the cycle too.
But at this point, it's pretty much a race to get Rydia to 60 MP.
Because then Bahamut just takes over. Virus there on Fu. Tower key. No exit on Fu. As Jay Bender just found out. Yeah, no exit, sorry.
Well, you can hope.
Yeah, you might as well. Alright, so do we see Divergent here? Do we go to the waterfall? Do we go to Hobbs? Where are we going here?
My best guess, they're just going to follow the path. You know, go the circle. This is not what I'd call a powerful party yet.
They're both going up Hobbs. We've got Sparkle, which should not be terribly difficult with our arty bow and arty arrows. We're still going much faster than whoever the boss is.
Yeah, there's not a.
D-Lunar.
Okay, that's the worst thing. But if he remembers, yeah, okay. Virus is gonna do a lot of work.
Yeah.
Also, if he remembers to use those cure 2s, this is kind of an easy. Or that's
Or use the arrows, and we'll just call it a day.
Did he?
He
Did
put
Artie arrows?
Yeah.
On?
Yeah.
Ah.
And it looks like Jaybrunner just did the same thing, switched them over. So.
Yep. Oh, that'll do it.
A little overkill, but okay. Down goes Rydia. Gotta get her back up. She doesn't go to 60 MP.
Yeah.
That could be a little bit different. Don't think we'll come out to bite yet, but something to note is Rydia did not get those levels there. Whereas on Warlink's side, she did.
And that's some very good experience. Also, as a note, we didn't talk much about the starting kits. We added the Freedom Kit to this. Normally, again, with Jaybrunter's original flag set, it wouldn't have that, so there'd be no J items. But the other kit was one that Jaybrunter did put in. It's the Mystidia kit. It is 70 life potions, 70 cure 2s, 70 ethers, 70 heals, and some other stuff that I don't remember. But the important thing is, yeah, there's only cabins in the shops, but you have all of the healing you'll ever need.
Yeah. It's a Gaia hat, Paladin shield, and Silver ring. For the rest in that one. Blarg doing work.
And we have Dark Elf take 2. Dark Elf run.
I mean, at this point in time, you're loving seeing Dark Elf with the fact that you've got those Artie arrows on hand.
Yep, that was a crit for 5,000.
Nice little quality of life change there. You'll notice when it's crit now.
That was added in the most recent version of the 5.0. Guessing Iridia now has 60 on...
There's our underground access. Magna Key. Alright, so let's get in the head of the runner real quick. So Jaybrunter's got the Magna Key now. So he knows he's got underground access. He's got to knock off the few things left here up on the blue planet. So what's your plan of attack now that you know? Okay, cool. I know I'm underground now. What am I doing? I'm obviously knocking off the last 4 of the objectives. But are you going full tower now because you have the tower key? Are you knocking out those 4 monster hunter boxes to get some levels? What's your play here as a runner?
Looks like Jaybrunter's following the theory of do your objectives, and I can't blame him. Doesn't have Bluka key yet. Has Warpcaster, so probably doesn't need it. Also doesn't have Pan yet. So there's a couple things that could be underground blocked that the key items may be in the objective spots. So do them.
Yeah, so you're not going to rush. You're going to go ahead and do those. This is K main, which means our bosses underground, our Fey March bosses won't give us anything.
Also,
at Ordeal's 1.
Yeah. Also, there's no reason to do it the other way. Each of these is an objective, which is adding to the amount of experience Jaybrunter gets. It's not worth it to go underground, which would mostly be an experience play when you don't have those bonuses.
True. But that's why we talk it through. Because traditionally, you probably would go underground as soon as you get the Magma Key and go pick up some experience. But not with all your objectives up here. Well, that's a freebie there on the backside of Ordeals.
Yep, and some very vanilla guards on Warling's side. Followed by the exact same guards. Nope, the other guards.
The other guards.
And
it's
it's the Spider-Man.
Yeah, right.
Warlink having already picked up Quake, which I'm imagining J-Brun is about to get right now. I think it... Yep.
There's Fire 3 and White. There's Quake on J-Brunner's side. The Hook on Warlink's side. We can see what that Pinktail's got. Not out of an armor, but we can see what it's got.
So the only meaningful value of that hook is if underground at Dwarf or one of the other underground spots, there's a rat tail that then guards darkness.
Yeah, there's the Twin Harp. And dolls inside the mirror room. So Warlink is coming up on the last of the objectives here. We'll see J-Brunner start picking up the pace now that he's got Quake on Fu. Is this a visual proponent of not receiving those levels with Rydia, or is this just a happenstance of routing at this point in time, where Warlink already has 6 of the 7 done?
I think it's just routing. J-Brunter has also gotten not. I don't know if it's unlucky or I think the Sid decision has hurt J-Brunter more than it's helped. The extra damage from Sid is nice, but it hasn't been meaningful enough because it's been overkill in too many situations, which means it's not doing anything.
That makes sense. Alright, so down to the waterfall we go on J-Brunter's side.
This was Rubicon.
It was. Full leg.
But yeah, like I said, I think it's mostly routing. I do think J-Brunter is a little bit behind.
There's Rydia going down again.
Oh, poor Rydia. But 3 encounters on Ordeals is just a lot slower than.
And now we know why we have Sid. So we've downed Sid now. So I believe we've seen Sid's last fight.
Yeah. Which is an interesting choice to down him rather than just not take him in the first place.
That's what I was going to ask. Is it one of those things where he said, okay, you know, this play didn't work out quite the way I wanted to, but let's go ahead and use Sid as our anchor now? Because your options in the tower are Palom and Yang, right? So even at vanilla levels, I think downing Sid now is probably still going to be his best bet, correct? In terms of agility.
Yeah, I don't know whether they found a Dwarfax, or if they... I think they can. Should be between 4 and 7. Like, that would be a really handy way to keep him as an anchor if you can put a Dwarfax on him. I think curse rings are out, so...
The Dwarfax is 4 Xeno saying in chat.
It also occurs to me those things that I thought were Zeus gauntlets were not Zeus gauntlets. They were just the... Wait, no, they can't be. What else could they have been? They must have been Zeus gauntlets. The only other item named Zeus is a J item, right?
Yeah, as far as I know, Zeus Rage. So Fu's got exit now. On Jay Brunder's side, I'm thinking that means he's got the same amount of bosses now. That means he's got it on Whirling side as well. Crystal in hand.
I didn't see warp on that list. That's the interesting thing.
Does that change your routing then? Do you go do full tower first to try to get warp on Fu?
No, the kid should get it. Well, you have Rydia. She should have it for sure by now.
Okay.
And with the extra experience, even without the extra experience, the kid should get it, assuming you don't die in either of the two dwarf fights. But especially with. So yeah, Jay Brunter's just a tiny bit behind. Oh, Artemis arrows.
More
Nice.
Artie arrows, those are nice.
Some of that's a little bit of extra looting, and like I said, some of that's just Sid not quite playing out.
But they're both going underground relatively the same time. Routing will probably be a big deal down here to see which way they go. Because here's where you got, what am I thinking, 8 monster in the boxes between Feymarch
Yes.
and Sylph Cave. So that's where your experience is underneath here. Besides your, oh, you've got 4 in the tower as well. You got 12.
Oh yeah, right. But they're worth no experience. I mean, technically
Yeah.
they're worth experience.
But are you looking for them for power? Are you looking for a Stardust Rod?
You can find a Stardust Rod anywhere.
Oh, because of the Minimax tiers.
Yeah, Wild Tier 7.
Yep. So it's really useless to take those. Here's another Artie bow. That's the 3rd. All this money that you don't have anything to spend it on.
This is an interesting divergence. So we know the bosses will not give key items. So Warlink is looking for the free item to hit darkness, or for the bosses to be so free that you just snatch them up for a modest experience boost.
Yeah.
They don't give great experience compared to their difficulty, but that's true for all summon bosses.
Yeah, more Artie arrows. There are more Artie arrows. Wow.
Is that a sparkle? I didn't.
That is a sparkle.
up.
Yep, that is a sparkle. Could be Ogo Pogo here. That'd be not nice.
Yeah, this is a hitty spot.
That would be really not nice. And then the best thing you're looking for here is Plague, yeah. Earth Crystal as the Feymarch freebie. Pale Dim.
Well, that's fine.
That's not terrible.
With those Artie arrows on somebody.
Well, I was going to say, didn't Sid have them on? Did Jay Brunner remove them?
I don't know. But it won't matter. Virus will.
Yeah. And we can blarg. No big deal. There's a Stardust Rod in Whirling's inventory.
Blarg's dangerous if it doesn't finish it off.
Yeah, that's going to be a counter.
That's a counterquake if this is not a kill.
Uh-oh.
And it's.
Uh-oh. Oh! What makes this even more problematic, yeah, I was going to say, is because you don't get the heal in between bosses, so...
Yeah, I think if Jay Brunter had used Quake Kid to cast, well, Quake,
Yeah.
that would have worked. But curiously, he cast Virus, and
Yep, there's your switch. So you put the Artie arrows in the Artie bow on Rosa, so there's your switch for you. Warlink is beside the tower.
I see the freebie was Earth Crystal.
It was. So do they still get the bonus for 10 key items as well?
Yes, that was not turned off.
All right, so we're at 8.
Also, let me very much again say how much I appreciate our tracker, because I would have had no clue what was in the freebie if not for our tracker.
Oh yeah, I knew. You were talking. I didn't interrupt you. Sorry, I saw it happen. So, but yes, still great work though, Zeno. Appreciate it. All right, so we're going top the tower first in case this is Darkness Crystal. Another Bahamut up here. We're going to slow this thing down just a hair. Star Veils are not readily available.
Bahamut Ra.
All right, so another Sparkle.
And Sparkle, Sparkle.
Oof. Oof. Oh, there goes Rydia.
There goes Rydia. Yeah.
Oh, it missed Rydia.
Nope, she dodged.
I think Shaperunner expected Rydia to die and cast life on Rydia. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a muscle memory play right there.
And now she does die.
Now she's down. But this should be a further provoke, yep. And Bahamut down on Warlink's side.
And I think we just saw the most important thing happen on both people's side. The spell Float was learned.
That's gonna be large for the 6 chests inside Self Cave. Rat Tail at the top of the tower.
Well, you remember my comment about what could matter?
Yes, Rat Tail could be guarding darkness. So do you make that play right now? Or do you go ahead and continue to make your checks? You hit your tower, because you're on the way down anyway. It's K main, which means you only got a handful down here anyway. And we know it's not in Dwarf Castle now. We're about to see if it's in Sealed Cave.
Actually, basically what we know at this point, unless it's at Sheila 1, it's almost certainly the Rat Tail or Baron Key. Well, I guess the Earth Crystal was blocking, so no, I guess there's 3 choices. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Can Sheila 2 have the Darkness Crystal?
If we can find Pan somewhere, yes.
Okay. So Rat Tail into Pan, into Sheila 2, into Darkness Crystal? That'd be terrible. What about the fact that we have a Twin Harp? The Twin Harp was found above ground, so it wouldn't be there.
Yep. Twin Harp is basically dead. It cannot lead to anything interesting.
So all you Fade music fans are loving that.
Harp could lead to Pan. Harp could lead to Pan. No, that's fair. Harp could lead to Pan.
Oh, because Pan technically has to be used underground. That's where you're underground. Okay.
Yeah.
Just trying to see how the flag is operating.
Yes.
Because the Pan has to be used underground. That could be gating it, which means okay.
Yeah. The way I'm always careful to phrase it is darkness is gated by underground access.
Yep. Not necessarily by an item found underground.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be a sad harp noises beauty. It just is.
Luca Key, which is pretty much dead
its stock is fading.
Nice. All right,
Yeah,
so
Luca...
Warlink is going to check the pair of tails.
Can't blame him.
All right, so you know what parties we have now. we're assuming that Warlink is probably going to swap out for a different anchor. Then we guess it's going to be Sid. Jay Brunder's already pretty much told us Sid's going to be his anchor. When do you feel comfortable with this party on making a run at Z? What's your thought process in making sure you're geared up enough and leveled up enough?
It's levels. Both players have absolutely committed to a reflex strat. You need level 50 on Rydia. You need level 52, I think it is, on Alum. It's just,
there's package.
So short version is you need 1 million experience. How are you planning to get the 1 million experience?
Pinktail's a white shirt, so pretty much a big old dud. For the exception of that is technically, I'll guess the Rat Tail technically with 10 key items for Warlink. Both of our runners have 10 key items now. All right, so Warlink's gonna go Dwarf.
Yeah. A little surprise here that Jay Brunter is setting up Sheila 1. This only really pays off if Sheila has the pan, which then leads to
Are we
darkness.
setting up Sheila 1, or are we leveling here?
Might be leveling. No, you're right. This is the leveling path. This is definitely the leveling path.
We've got Quake now on, and we've got Bahamut. There's really no. Yeah, we're leveling now. Keep sit on the ground. Alright, so we know we're doing this for levels.
Yep.
If we had to draw it up, what would we like to see from an item perspective here, though? These are monster in boxes. They're going to be decent loot. Not anything more spectacular than anything else, but
there's almost nothing useful. I mean, you said it earlier. I guess it's Stardust rods, and I don't think we somehow didn't get any so far.
Now Whirling's got one. I don't know where he got it, but he's got one.
Crystal rings, maybe?
Heroin rope?
No, you don't want heroin ropes. Rose's life as an archer is almost gone unless we run into a meaningful Valvalis. Like, I don't know what can be in here, but the problem is the only stuff that can be in here is the exact same stuff that can be in all the other chests.
Yeah, there's not anything more important. So, welcome, World Colliders, into the Free Enterprise Community Race Night. Welcome. I hope you all had a wonderful time over there.
There are exactly 3 items that can be in a Meab that can't be in a normal chest, and all 3 of them are blocked because T-Playable's on. Or because no Adamant's on.
No, so Adamant armor, your crystal sword, and what's the third one?
Excalibur.
Excalibur, okay.
I saw Nuke there, so I'm guessing that was Palom. Little girl takes more experience.
Yeah, so this didn't take nearly as long as I thought it was going to, between the multipliers and what have you, so...
Yeah, the multipliers add up faster than...
Yeah, 217,000 experience for that fight there. Gemini's like, I don't care what's in that last chest, I don't need it. I need the darkness crystal. So, oh, we're going to set up Sheila 1. Okay.
Yeah, like I said. Okay, then again, what I said earlier stands. This is an odd setup because it only really plays if
If Pan
Sheila
leads it.
has Pan,
Or-
and then Pan leads Darkness.
Yeah.
Sheila 1, Baron, Zot, and Harp, yeah.
Warlink.
Though Harp is...
Warlink. There's no Warlink. What? Oh, I guess Sirens can still be used.
Yes.
Okay. It's not like no XP, it's no encounters, meaning you can't turn encounters on for D Machine Grind or a Mag Giant's Grind or one of those. Trapdoor Grind. You can still use Sirens though, but Sirens aren't purchasable, you just pick the ones you have. And with no
Yep.
edge in the key to steal them, you have the couple, and that's it.
Yeah.
Alright. So we're about to see what Sheila 1 gives us.
Yeah. Yeah. Harp can only really be interesting if
I mean, it could be on Zot.
it gave us Pan.
Sand Ruby, that's an empty one. Rip. We're just going to reset out. That was pointless. We did a save scum there. We saved outside the tower just in case. There's our heroin room if we absolutely wanted one.
What was in here?
At
The Rat
top,
Tail
there's
and
Rat Tail.
Lugaki, which we know are both dead.
Yep. So, Zot? Question mark?
Zot or Baron? I think Jay Brunter should have chased one of those, but I get why he'd want to do this.
Yeah. You get 2 checks here. I mean, you get 2 checks in... Well, I guess you only have 1 check in Baron Castle because of only K main, right?
Yep. One check in Baron, 1 check in
Zod.
Zot. So this is better on checks, but
And Warlink's going to be just as disappointed here.
yep. Players walking on each other's footsteps right now.
This has now become a key item hunt.
Warlink did find effectively the better grind though. So took much less time.
Yeah, the pair of sirens in Underground for the eggs were ridiculously profitable. Alright, so do a little spell maintenance here real quick. Both of our players are doing so. Interesting they both chose right now to do the same thing. That's interesting.
You know, they agreed when the clock hit 38:30. That was when they were gonna go adjust their spells.
little gentleman's agreement.
Yep.
So it looks like Warlink is going to head up to Zot, and then obviously the traditional play bounce down to Baron afterwards since you're already there, if need be. We are not going to be checking the kennel on the way through. No waving to the puppy.
And Warlink, in my opinion, wisely skipping that cave.
Yeah, there's no reason for that.
I mean, Xenocat has accurately pointed out that there is a very corner case situation that makes it the right play.
A gentle mage agreement. Nice.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen this rainbow of objectives all completed at like the 20-minute mark before, and then it's just like,
nuts. We're like, okay.
but now how do we finish the game? The D-Lunars have come back.
They come back every night. My nightmares. Don't worry about it.
And they are done.
They don't go away for long.
Now that's a case where the where Bahamut would have absolutely done the job.
Yeah.
9,000 health at that spot, split evenly, and she's a higher level than she used to be. That is a hot Bahamut through butter.
That is very much so. Cannon room for Jay Brunter. The man with the weird gloves.
Something viewers may not have noticed, though, it's a little hard to notice the negative sometimes. We have yet to see and will not see a gauntlet, because we are showcasing for the first time the no flag. In this case, no gauntlet. They will not appear anywhere in the seed.
So what you're saying is I can load up every single seed I want to with no D-Lunars.
Yes.
That just made my night. So, it looks like Golbez's sister's going down on Warlink's side. Easy enough. That puts all of Warlink's party members over the 2,000 hit point mark.
Sisters? That looked like Odin to me.
It was Golbez's sister.
Huh?
Yeah?
I'm confused.
See, Zeno
Odin...
knows what I'm talking about.
Odin is what?
And
our Zonk.
It's a throwback from a deep, deep meme from many, many years ago that I was not even close to being involved with this game yet. But I've picked up the memes. All right, so this almost has to guard the Darkness Crystal, yeah?
Yes.
I mean, didn't we say that technically could go Harp Pan?
Yes, it can technically go Harp Pan.
Okay. But odds are it's here. If you're the runner, you're playing it for it here.
Yeah.
Because this could be the Adamant Rock.
Yes, it can be the Adamant Rock. If it's darkness, obviously it's darkness. If it's Pan, that leads to darkness. If it's Adamant Rock, congratulations, Beauty. You rolled a 18 out of 18.
Well done. 17 out of 17 is no pass. No pass.
You're right. No pass.
And for those of you who caught that, yes, the pass is a key item in 5.0. But not tonight. Demist. No more. Warlink very much in the driver's seat now. Jay Brunter is going up to Zot.
Which we unfortunately know is absolutely nothing.
Yep. And that's going to be a long trek to get there. Even with 2 quick fights, we're talking 3 or 4 minutes.
And the guards return, and their life on this planet is short.
They're not very good guards if they're not guarding their throne very well. If they're just going to bow out to a couple cast of Quake. Beauty making sure that we give the people what they want. The speed flag set, but we want to be on the air for a while. All right, moment of truth. First, we got to do the John Travolta meme where you're looking around to see who's here. No one's here. Disco lights in the hallway, turning blue. Yeah, casual 73,000 experience from Baron 2. That's probably the first time I've seen that kind of experience in that location.
I don't even remember what the experience was to be there, but I know it's not anywhere close
It's
to that.
not 73,000, I can tell you that. It's more like 7,300. And survey says Pan. All right, so we're not going to do music. Sorry for you fans of DJ Spoony Bard. He will not be live tonight.
And Warlink understands the seed well enough to avoid music.
Yep.
Now, I am a little curious what Warlink's plan to do in terms of agility. It really helps to have a good anchor for reflex strats.
I'm at this point in time, so Palom was what, 8 vanilla? Or 8 at intro? Base level? You just go
What?
pick up. I said Palom is level 8. Who did Warlink leave in the tower?
Yang and Sid.
Yang and Sid? Oh, then you're picking up Sid, right?
If they switch. Though
Fu's at 20.
that's terrible. We don't talk about Fu. Though, as Inika points out, Hora may have landed at 28. So,
And why is that important, FBL? For our viewers, why is that important?
because of the magic of agility manipulation, which, without getting too deep into the woodwork, the short version is you want to be at these thresholds, which are all 20%, 40, well, not 20%, but 40%, 60%, 80%, or 100% of the enemy's agility that you're fighting. The enemy in this case is Z, whose agility is 69, which effectively rounds to 70. So we're looking at 28, 42, 56, 70. Better if you can somehow pull it off.
Your agility is 70. Are you really worried about the agility?
No.
Yeah.
I've
Are you winning
had
the race?
better-
You get the high too?
I've had better agility than Z in one fight ever, but and in fact, it confused me so much because I couldn't figure out what turn order anyone was going in.
So yes, that's the other piece of it. Agility manipulation does affect your turn order as well. So you'll see a lot of runners when they start setting up the Z fight will rearrange their party in a way to where your first person up is going to cast the crystal. Your second person up, traditionally speaking, would cast a silk web, but I don't think any of these runners have silk webs.
Nope,
So
there
that
are no
would be good.
JMs.
Yep.
They have some. They do have some reflecting J items though. So
3 to
Star
5
Veils.
star levels. Yep.
Yeah, I didn't catch whether it was 3 to 5. I know it's 3 to 5. I didn't catch where. That's what they'll use.
All right. So
this is because Beauty is more generous than I am. I recommended that instead of the Freedom Kit that we give him the Kata Kit.
that would not be fair.
1 Star Veil.
Good luck, Godspeed.
Yep.
All right.
But I
Just
wanted
roll.
to make sure there was a Star Veil in the set, only because otherwise you could get the 2 black mages with no white mages, and then they'd be useless in the Z fight.
Yep. Does Warlink stop at the pink buff room for the memes? Probably not.
Warlink likes memes.
Yeah. With it being this many key items, though, I mean, I don't think Warlink thinks they're up against it right now. The Warlink's had a really clean run. I think Jbrun has reset out a couple times, and I think that if anything, he might be feeling a little pressure. But I think Warlink's feeling pretty good about his run right now.
I mean, we have a community member, Tybalt, who would absolutely stop at the pink
Yeah,
buff room.
that's no question. Tybalt's running, you might as well just mark it down.
Warlink I gave a shot to. He's kind of a disciple of Tybalt, but looks like no.
Rob Sat plays, yep, you have pretty much missed the entire run. But it has been an entertaining run, so I would recommend. I know you have, but if others have not, make sure you follow the channel. You can go back and rewatch the run after it's done, be notified when the next run happens, and also check it out on the Free Enterprise YouTube channel. So appreciate you setting up the plug, though. That was nice. This is about the time, though, we see some flags in chat, though, isn't it?
I don't know. I don't see any flags in
I don't
chat.
see flags
Why
either.
aren't there
Usually
flags in
do.
chat?
That's very weird. Not a very active audience tonight.
Well, I just think, they're all expecting well, there's a flag.
There's a couple. There we go.
They're all just expecting the seed's not going to end for another 30 minutes.
Oh, that's true. Well, let's talk about what that Z flag does, huh? As this is a free enterprise, as this is a Final Fantasy IV randomizer, we randomize the location of the bosses, the characters, the key items, the treasures, but we cannot randomize the location of the final boss, Zeromus, because he's too freaking strong. So instead, we call on our wonderful community of graphic artists who put together hundreds upon hundreds of sprites to replace Zeromus, which has led to a tradition, if you will, to ask a certain question right about now. What question is that, FBL?
I have no clue. I asked
No
last week. You
clue.
ask.
Well, whose butt are we kicking tonight?
Amazingly, Warlink didn't even change who's center slot.
Nope.
He's coming in here with terrible agility.
All right, so we have.
This is Warlink flexing.
Yeah, that's a trapdoor. I thought encounters were off.
Well, it got angry that we turned the counters off and came back for revenge.
Yeah, show up the last spot.
Yeah, this is truly an impressive flex.
Yep. There's an early Big Bang there.
Of course, and it's not new, and it's not. Oh, it is nerfed, obviously.
Yeah, it is nerfed. Yeah.
Right. They just used a straight nuke.
I will say though, it's going to be difficult probably to nerf this at this speed, though, isn't it?
You don't nerf. This is reflex strats. You can't afford to nerf again.
You don't. Yep, you're just burning through it. You're just YOLO casting.
This is speed of fingers. And Warlink is an extremely experienced player who can do this.
Yep. And so is there a danger for wiping here, though? Are we fast enough with enough damage?
Should be fast enough. Everyone is a white or nuke caster. Well, Fu is kind of a half nuke caster, but still good enough. Yeah, the party can tank near max, but if it had full health, it doesn't.
Yeah, that's what the question was. Do we stop the heal to make sure we can tank it?
Nah. You got to assume you're fast enough. And
that he was. Yep, that's it. GG. And that is what we call master class on reflex strats. 55-14.
And I don't
Still
think
consider a debt seed.
Yeah, I don't think Warlink ever even changed his speed. I think he did that in Battle Speed 1.
Yeah. Great flex.
And according to Beauty, also the winner for the night.
Oh yes, very nice, very nice. Congrats.
We do have off-stream runners playing the game. And that was under an hour, basically full clear, just everything but music.
Yeah, Rose is 28. Radio's 28.
That's exactly where you want people to land. You can play a little fast and loose by putting Artemis bows on people and swapping them out, but get some extra speed.
So why would we put an Artie bow on Radio if she was at 28? She's on the middle anyway.
You might still. Artemis bow adds 15 agility. Yeah, Artemis bow adds 15 agility, which is slightly more than 14, but still puts you so close that you might as well be at that 42 mark.
But with her not in the middle, it doesn't really matter, does it?
What?
With her not in the middle?
Oh, well, it still matters. Because it's still relative speed to
the boss.
To the boss.
Okay. So for those learning agility manipulation, it's not just who's controlling it, but it's also who else in your party is at those levels.
Now
how much turn you get.
Yeah. Now I didn't catch. I mean, I assume. Did we switch the party? Yeah, it was Sid still in the middle. If Sid's got a low enough agility, then it doesn't matter, because if Sid's low enough, everyone is effectively the same agility.
Yeah, at 1100 hit points, I can't imagine Sid's very high.
He's reasonably low. If he's got if that dwarf axe was found, that should drop him to the single digits that is necessary to push everyone to effectively the same agility.
So, Bluff being cast by Paladin. Why is Bluff a cool tool?
Because it, at least for the duration of the fight, increases his magic power.
It doesn't go away. Now, does it go with Black Hole?
You know, I have never had to answer that question before, and I don't know.
Ooh, stumping the analyst. Okay. So Black Hole typically removes any magic and status effects in play. So if you have Berserk cast on one of your party members, slow on one of your party members, what have you, those will go away to the Black Hole. But yeah, not quite sure on the... Oh, you could have hit a better person. Nice.
Yep. And Xenocat says it doesn't get... Black Hole does not get rid of Bluff. And that makes sense to me, since Death does not get rid of Bluff.
Yeah. Because it's technically not a status effect. It's just, it manipulates the numbers in the background, right? It's effectively like putting on an item.
I believe so. I don't look. Only way to get rid of bluff is to swap rods. Interesting. Yeah. I admittedly do not look into the. Well, I look a lot into the sort of stats. I do not look into the sort of technical information on the game, because that's getting to the point that I sort of get lost in the weeds.
Well, that's fair enough. I hadn't asked the question at that point in time because it didn't occur to me to ask the question. So
Entirely reasonable.
the more you know.
Yeah, when I want to know the really technical stuff, I usually go to Wylam, who is actually, you know, one of the people who works on the randomizer.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Scythe Marshal, who works on the fork randomizer. Very knowledgeable. That second nuke almost couldn't have been a better hit either.
Right. So if you're watching this and you're curious on how to get involved, this is probably not the flag set you're going to want to start out on. However, I would encourage you to join our Discord and to introduce yourself to the community. We have a lot of different racing communities out there, racing clubs, and even a Newbies Corner channel to help get you involved. You don't have to race. If you just love playing Final Fantasy, you want meet some new people and try some new things, by all means, join the Discord, say hi. Very, very wonderful and outgoing community. Encourage you to do so. As we see Jay Brunter go ahead and polish off the Zeromus to pick up the second place finish at 101.
With a direct cast white.
That's another one of those flexes. 101.30. Big shout out to Beauty and Discovery in the background. Make sure this restream's going off without a hitch. Xenocat making sure that all of these items and objectives have been ticked off as we go. Not ticked off as an upset, but make sure that we can see that they've been taken care of. Make sure you give a shout out to them, let them know that we appreciate their work. Looks like the tune that DJ Spoony Bard would have played was from the Illusion of Gaia.
Never actually played that game, but I know
It's
it's
a good
got
game.
good music.
I mean, I haven't played it in... It's probably been close to 30 years now, but yeah. It's been a minute since I played it. Very good game, though. So we wait and see if Jay Brunter is going to join us. In the meantime, make sure you have hit that follow button on the channel so that you are notified when we go live. We're trying to make this community race night every Friday night, so you definitely can find us here then. But we do have some races here and there that get plugged in there from time to time, so it never hurts to be notified when we do go live. The dead Zima sprite new. All right, so what's your take on this flag set now that we've seen it run through and had those modifications to it? What's your take on the flag set there, FBL?
I believe the original version of it would have been a lot spicier. Very, no. To be quite honest, we tamed this. We tamed it because it was a community race, and you kind of have to. The nightmare for any community race is, oh, we accidentally set up something that's a soft lock.
Oh, yeah, that'd be rough. Speaking of setting up the flag set, Jay Brunker, welcome. Continue. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead, FBL.
But yeah, adding in the extra kit and adding it and removing permajoin very much took away some of the teeth, but I think good for community set, though I still think the original flag set would have been very interesting if we, to play. Speaking of, let's talk to the creator of the original flag set.
Yes, welcome,
Hello.
GG.
Thank you. Yeah, this was pretty fun.
So do you expect to go, I guess, 16 or 17?
I was not.
That could have played out worse at that point in time. It's like we got this quick jet EC to be 20-25 minutes. We've got all 7 objectives done. We're underground. We're knocking these out, and all of a sudden, just keep playing out further and further and further along.
Yep, it just had to be buried. It kind of just adds to the panic, though.
So what were your thoughts when you saw those starting 7 characters?
Well, since we had the Star Veils added to the starting kit, mages were like pretty much what I was hoping for. Because in my practice, like with the unmodified flag set, like I usually went with like all Zerkers, just so you didn't have to wait for like the spells. So we learned during battle, since you're getting a ton of experience. So yeah, this was a change, but yeah, I made it work.
So at what point in time did you decide that you were going to keep Sid as your anchor as opposed to possibly going back to the tower and picking up an anchor late?
So I forgot that Permajoin was not on.
Yep.
So
that was speculated on air, yes.
Yeah. So yeah, like what was it? Like halfway through the overworld, I realized, hey, I don't have an anchor yet. And then I was like searching for like hopefully a dwarf axe, but didn't find one of those. So just made it work with 11 agility, I think it was. So took a few extra levels to get the black mages above. It should be RA1, I believe. But yeah, it worked out.
Yeah, that should be right around 11. That should be right around 27, were they? Get up to RA1? Somewhere around there.
Yeah, I'm never quite sure what the rounding is.
2.5 times, I think, is the rule of thumb, right?
Yep. 2.5 plus 1, basically.
Gotcha. Did come away with the second place finish. Also well run. At one point in time, so walk us through your routing decision when you go underground. So we sort of toss this around. Obviously, you're going to do all the clearing on the blue planet because that's where all your objectives are. But now you're heading underground. You've got the tower key. Walks the audience through the routing process in your head. Why you decide to go which route you go to when you go down there.
So I started with Dwarf, I think, because that was 2 key items. Because the warp glitch was on. And then I went into the extra treasure chests. Before I went to Sylph Caves, I went to the Feymark. So I'm still trying to look for that dwarf axe. So the key item there didn't pay out. I think that was my 10th key item, I want to say.
Yeah,
so yeah, just went and hit the Sylph boxes, as well as seeing Yang in the bed. And then, unfortunately, Sheila 1 didn't pay out. So, went up and down tower.
I wanted to ask about that. Why did you set up the Sheila 1?
Just kind of hoping she might have the darkness. mean, it was probably a long shot with like 4 or 5 locations still open. But yeah, that was my hope. Anyway, to try to I save scum that outside Tower Battle.
Yeah,
Yeah, it just didn't pay out.
because I remember the time I was looking at it and thinking, I said the only way that helps you, that works for you, is if she is darkness, or if she's got the pan that leads to darkness.
Yeah.
Yep. It was just Sandery, so it didn't help at all.
You can get a pig.
Big nice.
Hey, can't argue with bacon.
So you had the original flag set that you created. You have the modification here. If you were to modify it an additional time, what would you change?
I think maybe taking off the forced late darkness, so that could possibly be on the overworld as well.
Interesting.
Just to add a little bit more panic to the mix.
That's my favorite flag in this set, to be honest. in the way you've set this up, late dark is my favorite flag you added. I think it creates exactly the perfect push and pull.
Oh, we
Yeah.
had talked about it. We had
Opens
talked
up some
about it there, 'cause
divergence.
you have to decide whether or not you want to go underground early or go ahead and clear out the entire blue planet first.
True, very true.
Well, that's all I've got for J Bunker. What do you got left there, FBL?
And I think I asked what I was thinking about asking, so... But you enjoyed your time tonight?
Oh, definitely.
Appreciate
Hopefully it
you
was a good
streaming.
time had by all.
Yeah.
I'm glad you made a flag set. I hope to see any other flag sets you end up submitting to Community Queue. So,
Yeah, we'll see what else comes to me while I'm usually not thinking about free enterprise.
fair enough.
Yeah, just get the random thoughts. Hey, this would be cool.
That's usually how the nice flat sets end up.
Yeah.
Well, we definitely
So-
appreciate it. It definitely was a fun flag set to watch.
Yeah, so appreciate the race, the restream. Apologies to Xenocat for not doing harp. It's just too long of a check. Sorry.
That was the only check neither one of you did, I think. So,
I think Twin Harp wasn't underground either, right?
Yeah,
So that
we-
wouldn't have held.
we talked about it.
Dark.
The way it works, I guess if it would have had pan, would have been the way it would have come into play.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
sir, well,
so-
have yourself a wonderful evening. Appreciate you restreaming for us. If it wasn't for you, we would not have anything to show off to our community. Thank you very much.
All right, no problem. Yeah, thanks, guys.
Take care.
Hey, bye.
All right. So we have gotten word that we will have another stream next Friday, same bat time, same bat channel. That will be at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 Central. We're going to be showing our Push B for Baron flag set. So if you're still hanging out with us and you thought this flag set was wacky, show up next Friday, because it's going to be nuts. So something you may not have ever seen is you'll be able to see our characters on the overworld map, underworld map, what have you, jumping around. That's going to be interesting. Along with a bunch of other new flags to 5.0 that we haven't had a chance to show off yet, so... But that's another time, another channel. So, FBL, closing thoughts.
I think my closing thoughts are I had a great time today. I enjoyed commentating with you. I am so grateful for Beauty and Discovery doing the restream duty, for Xenocat tracking, jumping in last minute when we needed extra help, and for you stepping up as you have many times before. So thanks to all of you, and it's been great for me.
Absolutely. Make sure you guys are following the members of the Restream community team. And again, stop by in Discord, say hi, let us know how much you love the game and how much we could help you out to get involved. So, on behalf of the entire Restream crew and on behalf of our wonderful runners for this Friday night community race night, thank you all so much and I hope you all have a wonderful evening. Take care.